I have over 25 years of real estate experience dedicated to coaching and sharing knowledge with realtors and consumers. Join me and let's take this to the next level. So we've been in a seller's market here in Silicon Valley for what seems like years. And so what is a seller's market? Well, a seller's market is one where the seller is getting multiple offers. And so the question that a buyer might ask is, how do I improve my odds of being successful writing an offer when there are other buyers interested in the property? And we call that a multiple offer situation, and it's very, very common right now. So I've got a few tips and things for a buyer and a buyer's agent. Number one, buyers need to know that there are no steals and there are no deals in today's market. They're not going to steal anything. They're not going to get a smoking hot deal in today's market. This is a market where sellers are in control. And if you want to buy a property, you're going to have to keep the seller's interest in mind. What does the seller want? So the first thing to writing a great offer, what is the seller looking for? And a good real estate agent should seek that out from the listing agent. What does the seller want? Things like, when would the seller like to close escrow? What other things? Does the seller need a rent back? So your agent should be asking those questions of the listing agent. For yourself, as a buyer, you've got to be pre-approved with a legitimate bank, a bank that is well known, preferably, a bank that can stand behind their commitment. If you're using a lender from out of town, I think that's probably one strike against you. Proof of funds, absolutely critical to show the seller that you've got the money. It's important if the seller has multiple offers that the seller make the right choice. So that's absolutely critical. Another one, another category is your agent's relationship with other agents in the marketplace, especially this listing agent. A lot of business can be done between agents when the rapport is good. So make sure your agent is doing their best to have good rapport with the listing agent. And then the last thing is all the extras that could go on with regard to an offer. One is your lender should call the listing agent and introduce you as the buyer and introduce the fact that you are qualified and ready to go. Another thing that I do at Intero Los Gatos is I call on behalf of our agent and I tell the listing agent how great that our agent is and how great a job they do and how consistent they are at closing their transactions. And that goes a long way as well. I've had real estate agents go as far as to bring cookies to the presentation of the offer. I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen it work and it works amazingly. Or other goodies for the seller. Give the seller something that shows that you care. I've also seen the love letter. I think it's critical that a buyer write a letter to the seller telling them what they love about the home and why it's so important for them to have the house. A lot of real estate transactions are very emotional, and sellers have been there a long time, and they want to have an emotional connection with the buyer, and oftentimes that letter with a photograph of the family can make a huge difference. We actually have had several clients do a video of the family, and sometimes even living in the home, like the kids sitting on the couch inside the seller's house. So that's been really fun. But some of those extras are absolutely critical to winning that multiple offer bid. Obviously, you've got to have a great price. You've got to have a clean offer. But some of these other things can make a big impact on your success. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Be sure to click the link and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.